What do manifestos mean? Well, not very much really, because Keir Starmer gave no indication at all in the run-up to the election that Labour would remove the winter fuel allowance worth £200 to £300, depending on circumstances, for up to 10 million pensioners in this country.
This coming from the man whose party wants Liz Trussonomics on steroids, believes in pushing private healthcare above the NHS, destabilising it further. But then it's not surprising, because with no real power, no real responsibility, Farage can yap on from the sidelines and appear to be all things to all people.
Funny, that's the same Keir Starmer who said in 2022 that he feared for people's future if this allowance was removed. And indeed it's true that cold kills. Labour themselves thought up to 4,000 people every winter would die if this was removed.
OK, Farage, good to complain. Most people, myself included, feel it's wrong. But where should Labour find the money to plug that £22 billion black hole? As an elected member, as an MP, what's your suggestion to balance the books? Oh, you're not going to do any of that. You're just going to point to things being even worse.
So they're going to do it. They're not going to back off. I guess they have to fund the public sector pay rises somehow. Funny, they say they found a £22 billion black hole. Folks, that is baloney. I'll tell you how big the black hole is. It's £2.7 trillion. Yes, that is now the size of our accumulated national debt. So sure, we have problems. We've got a budget coming at the end of October. Government has to try to encourage growth, but it can't cause it.
So, why are you opposed? Let's hear it.
Itself. The reason I'm so opposed to removing this allowance is because already our pensioners, indeed the rest of us, and not just us domestically, but our businesses, our manufacturing industries, we have the most expensive energy in Europe, and we pay way more than the Americans.
Now it's turning into a public broadcast for these climate change denying fossil fuel donors.
We kind of insist on not producing our own natural gas. We insist on not producing as much oil as we consume. We insist on not producing coal in this country, which is needed for proper steel manufacture. And the fact we've cut our carbon emissions and gone for renewables faster than anywhere else in the world, folks, that's why our energy is so expensive.
What a vile mouthpiece for hire. Whatever you might think of what Farage is saying here, it's not going to make a difference to this winter's fuel bills. So what is the solution?
And just a few days ago, there was a big auction for wind farm developments, offshore and onshore. Huge uptake, nearly all by the way from foreign companies, but a huge uptake because the price that Ed Miliband has agreed is way, way above current market prices. Our energy bills are set to soar over the course of the next 10 years, not go down as we were promised.
Well, this is all speculation. At the moment, we'll have to see. But typical Farage, he's got a hair trigger finger and can't wait to fire off early.
During the election campaign, that I can promise you is wrong. And given just how much of their income people, particularly those on fixed incomes, pensioners, many of whom, by the way, this year will be dragged into paying tax.
So no solutions, just basically an advert for his pro-fossil fuel donors. Despicable.
Which seems almost incredible for people not on very big incomes. For that reason above all, the cost of energy, the fact it's going to go up, is why I feel so strongly that the winter fuel allowance should not be removed.
Click here for Lee Anderson failing to get any gotchas.